If you're watching this video, you have received the Self-Employed Excel summary. So let's get started. The summary is a 4-step process where you fill out the info, input the income in the income tab, review the operating costs, and then input the expenses. Now, before we move to the Excel summary, note that it's been made to be responsive. So this means that based on how you respond, certain cells and certain instructions will pop up and appear. So what's important is to take your time and walk through this carefully. The intention of this video is to make sure you understand how it can help you so you can maximize its value. When you move forward to the summary, the first tab you will work with is the Info tab. Now, the purpose of the Info tab is to collect the info required for your business information, your auto expenses, and your home office expenses, whatever may be applicable. So let's go to the Excel summary and review this. I have it open right here, and it's just going to pop up. So you'll see that this is the first tab. This is the Info tab, and there's a bit of information for you to fill out. I'm going to show you what I mean by this being responsive. Okay, if you were to type your business name here, maybe it's something like ABC Consulting. Okay, pardon me, Consulting. Down here, it's going to ask you if your business address and home address are the same. Now, if you say yes, nothing happens. But let's say you said no. You see that the form auto-populates for more information that it would need. Okay, and that's sort of how the form goes along. You'll note that there's drop-down menus where necessary. That's just to make sure you answer it accurately and we have no issues. Okay. Let's go back to the slideshow for a moment. Now, the next step after the Info tab would be to input the income in the Income tab. To fill out this tab, you would choose one of the two methods, the Totals method or the Details method. Now, what we'll do is we'll go through both examples here so you clearly know which method works best for you. So we're going to pop back to the Excel for a moment. So here it is. So we've already spoken about the Info tab. We're just going to go to the second tab here. Now you'll see there's not much here, and that's going to change. Okay. If you have the total income for the year readily available and you know what the totals are, then use the Totals method. Select Totals right here and determine if you charge HST or not, or charged HST during the year. Okay. Quick note here, if you are unsure about whether you should charge HST or not, please contact me and we should definitely discuss this. Okay. So here we're going to say yes in this example. Now, when you use the summary, note that the form is designed to calculate the HST for you. So what you enter is the total cash collected, or in other words, the total sales amount, including the HST. Okay. So let's say, for example, your sales for the year was $60,000, and the HST on that would be $7,800, which is 13%. You would enter here $67,000 and $67,800 rather. All right. So the total income and the total HST. And you can see down here that it just puts the HST collected on sales, just calculated it for you. You'll notice right here as well, there's another cell for other non-HST income. An example of this could be if you have interest income that you're collecting within your business, and there's no HST applicable on that. So you could just enter that here. So let's say if you had $265 of HST income, there it is right there. And you'll see that the HST number didn't change. So that's appropriate. Okay. Now, instead, let's say that you have all the invoices or you have bank statements, but what you don't have is your income totaled and you don't know what the total is. So in this instance, what you could use instead is the details method. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to delete all this. All right. It's kind of working backwards, but delete all that as if it doesn't matter. And then we're going to change this. We're going to leave the HST applicable. We're going to change this to details. And you see what happens here is that some different information pops up. Okay. Here, what you would do instead is, as opposed to entering the total, you would enter each individual item. Again, just like last time, be sure to enter the total cash collected, and the HST will be calculated for you. So I have some examples here. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but let's say your first invoice, or the first invoice you have there, is $1,695. So you go 1695. Okay. A few things happen. You see that it pops up here. This is going to start calculating the total. It's separating out the HST. And then also, as soon as you enter the number, it's telling you where to put the next item or invoice. So let's say we have another one for 1,356. Remember, this is income and HST. Okay. And you see what happens. It's starting to total it. You see the HST. Let's enter one more just so you see how clear this is for $1,000 and $1,018 rather. And again, it's totaling the amount, and the form once again is being responsive by telling you where to go next. Okay. Once again, if required, there is a separate area for other non-HST income that you can use. So if you have monthly interest income or something like that, you can enter $20 here, $15 here, so on and so forth, and it just keeps the total. And as is appropriate, there's no HST on that, so this is blank. Okay, that's how you would use the income tab, the details method, and the totals method, which we went through just before. Let's go back to the slideshow here and just wrap this up. That's the end of part one. So that'll get you through the two tabs, the first two tabs rather. And in the next video, we're going to go through the expenses, and then we can wrap up this discussion with the self-employed summary.